Top story this week, The Hangover, Diamond Jubilee edition. Andy, it was a 4-day binge of patriotism that may well have left a trail of devastation in its wake, because after the 96-hour orgy of ostentatious nationalism, the British public now has to prepare for the painful come-down. On Wednesday morning, British people across the country woke up groggy with a headache, an empty wallet and a tangible sense of shame, looking around at a bedroom, confused at the bunting hanging down from the ceiling fan and assorted gnomes strewn across the floor, thinking, what the did I just do? Then it was just a case of trying to piece together memories from photographs and news footage. Holy shit, it looks like I was on some kind of festooned barge in the rain for some reason. Then I was at an outdoor concert screaming profanities at Shirley Bassey. Then I was naked in a fountain. Then it looks like I might have stolen a corgi. Then Holy shit, I think I've got a Union Jack tattooed on my face. Please say this is face paint. Please, God, say this is face paint.
Well, in fact, judging by some of the British media coverage, I think Union Jack facial tattoos could actually become compulsory by the time of the Queen's 70th Jubilee. I think that is more likely than not likely to happen.
The Diamond Jubilee celebrations, Andy, though, had everything, in the truest sense, in that there was genuinely something for everyone. If you're a monarchist, you got to see the pomp and ceremony of a 4-day-long royal parade. And if you're an anti-monarchist, you got to see the Queen being miserably forced to stand and shiver in the rain for hours and hours. That was the beauty of the Diamond Jubilee. It both celebrated and tortured the Queen.
That's right. Whether you thought it was Jubilee or Jubilee, Britain certainly did acclaim the glorious apotheosis of the acceptable wrinkly face of medieval feudalism. And I think it was a very interesting event, John, that sort of showed Britain sort of alternately celebrating wildly and complaining vociferously to itself. And I think some questions have arisen that really need to be addressed. Firstly, could Queen Elizabeth actually be the Messiah? Because, hear me out on this one.
It seemed that way about 2 days in. It seemed like that was the only rational explanation.
Because
that the Queen was basically Lady Jesus.
She managed to turn millions of traditionally grumpy, innately complaintative and historically antisocial British people into a nation of flag-waving, canoe-cheering, street party biscuit-swapping convivialists, which is frankly a of a lot more impressive than pitching up at someone's wedding and saying, don't worry, it's a bugger when the suppliers let you down. Tell you what, I've got a crate of plonk in the back of my donkey cart. You can have it, no probs, eh? Hey, guys, where's a press release out on this, all right? Yeah, John boy, you can get creative on this one if you want. Matt, Marco, Luca, lay off it. I don't want to come across as too pro-booze. Capiche? I'll tell you what, you guys work on me giving that itchy skin dude some Nivea cream, right? Nice one. Right, who's for a pint?
Did you see the Queen's face during the Jubilee concert on Monday? That was not the face of a woman enjoying the experience one bit. When the band Madness played on the roof of Buckingham Palace, her expression was not, wow, this is incredible. It was, who are those ghastly men? And tell them to put their guitars down and get off the top of my fucking house. The concert also featured performances from artists including Stevie Wonder and Sir Paul McCartney, and it culminated in an appearance on stage by the Queen herself. Now, if the Queen had any ladyballs, Andy, she would have walked onto that stage, grabbed the microphone, and launched into a high-velocity performance of Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle. Welcome to the jungle! One's got fun and games! One's got everything you want! Anyone knows the names in the jungle! Welcome to the jungle! What you bring it to your knees? Then screaming, Queen out, and dropping the microphone and walking back into the palace, shouting up at Madness, seriously, get off my f***ing roof! But she didn't do it, did she, Andy?
Well, I guess, constitutionally, she just has to be that little bit too neutral to pull that kind of stunt off.
I guess that's it.
I'd have loved to see her sing One Sexy and the BBC Knows It. That's what I'd like to. There was a lot of criticism of the BBC coverage of the boat parade, and it was a slightly curious boat parade in that I was expecting something really quite spectacular, and it was just a load of little boats tootling along the Thames with 1 million people waving branded flags at them. And so another thing, I went up to Battersea Park, where the flotilla started from, to do a radio interview about sort of 3 or 4 hours before it kicked off. And there was a big queue of people waiting to get in. and they were being handed Union Jack flags, free Union Jack flags, by representatives of the celebrity gossip magazine Hello. So these were Union Jack flags with the word hello in massive letters across the middle, which just goes to show that a moment of national pride and communal celebration can, as all things in Britain, be turned into a grotesque marketing opportunity by an organisation of absolutely no worth whatsoever. But there was another side to this, John. As you mentioned, the Queen and Prince Philip, are definitely, I would say, let's say, nearer to death than birth. Probably.
That's a very gentle way of putting it.
They are elderly people. And all these people waving flags with hello in big letters did make it seem like some kind of nursing home situation. Everyone going, hello! Hello! Are you okay? Oh, there was OK magazine. Are you okay? Hello!
As you say, there were quite a lot of complaints sent into the BBC about its programming. Nearly 2,500 people complained. And the press variably criticised the coverage of Sunday's river pageant, calling it inane and tedious. Now, to be fair to the BBC, Andy, it was a river pageant, which, by its nature, is both inane and tedious. Unless the boats were going to start trying to sink each other, it was not going to get exciting. Even though the rain definitely did help the entertainment, because I've now realised that I never want to see another choir sing the national anthem unless they are drenched to the skin, shivering and seemingly suffering from motion sickness.
And also, where is an escaped whale when you need it? We had one halfway up the Thames. There's nothing there to interrupt. That could have made that pageant, John.
Oh, it would have been so great. Release a whale in there and see what people do. Or just a shark. Just a shark. Let's see if the Queen really is. Past Queens led the country into battle on horseback, Andy. If the Queen saw a great white shark in the Thames, I would love her to just put a little toothpick in her mouth, look straight down the camera and say, "We're going to need a bigger barge."